Hello, we are back.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. So I think we've given Vinny enough time to get his clown white on, don't you?
Yeah.
I look fantastic. He is a grumpy, weird looking dude in a raggedy, ill fitting clown outfit
All right.
on little stilts.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm
So
digging it. So Ash, I kind of forgot about this before we jumped into it, but if we're doing, do you want? Or, I feel like we're doing a score. I'm not exactly sure. I think
it's
the
sort of,
outcome of the score is going to be to like figure out what kind of mystical mojo they've got and possibly get some leverage over them.
yeah, I think that's definitely Tessa's primary goal is
Yeah,
to kind of get a closer look at those threads and see if she can figure out what's going on with them and maybe, like you say, figure out some way to leverage it. What if different from that, what is Vinny's main goal in here this evening?
I think Vinny's main goal is pretty similar, with,
Okay,
perhaps less interest in understanding the mystic mumbo jumbo and more interest in, like, how can I directly leverage?
for sure.
yeah.
So here to figure out how that can be used against them. All right.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think then this is gonna. I feel like this is an occult um operate. I mean, we could definitely
yeah,
call it like a stealth operation that we're sneaking in, but it's not. I think we've established that sneaking in isn't like we kind of have that covered. It's
for
not.
sure. Yeah,
Um, and the detail that we know are, and the detail that you need to know for an occult job is the arcane power, and I think that's the ley lines.
for
Right.
sure. Yeah, these threads of fate
Yeah.
that have been
Um,
supercharged.
yeah, that I've inadvertently turned on. I
Yeah.
mean, that should make them easier to track, right?
Yeah.
I mean, one would think it was definitely very easy to see them when you were looking through the stickers.
Yeah.
But it kind of seems like if they were visible to everyone, that maybe there wouldn't be just sort of a standard evening and party going on here tonight.
Hmm.
Right.
So
Yeah. So it must be that only through the sort of second sight.
right, for those with third eyes to see and
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, awesome. So cool. Do you want me to go through the engagement roll?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
Let's do up an engagement roll.
Awesome. So we start with one die for sheer luck.
Yep.
Is this plan particularly bold or daring? Um, I feel like we're once again walking into basically enemy territory,
Hmm.
and this time we're doing it after having accidentally set off a.
Right. And you've got a ghoulish on stilts.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a little weird.
yeah.
A little weird.
So
Just a little.
I think it's bold.
Yeah.
I think it's a bold daring plan. So that puts us at
Yeah.
two. Is it overly complicated or contingent on many factors? I don't think so.
I
I feel
don't
like
think
mostly it's poke around and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I
So,
feel like it's
yeah.
yeah.
about as straightforward as we could ask it to be. I can't envision a more straightforward version of this score.
Yeah. Because at its most basic, it could just be we're just gonna walk around and kind of get a a lay of the land.
Oh.
Um, and
Um,
and then if other things unfold, you might decide to pursue those. But I don't think it's inherently uh, complex.
cool. So we're still at two dice.
Yeah.
Are we exposing a weakness of our target? Are the mob boss folks particularly unfamiliar with their own I can only see that if maybe they hired someone and they don't really know how it works either,
Right.
or if they're not.
Um, what do you think, Vinny? I mean, you were in with these people an awful lot. It seems odd that they have suddenly discovered this and that there wasn't any precursor.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you hear any rumors about this?
I feel like no, or
Okay.
if I heard anything along those lines, I dismissed it and forgot it. But I also was a low level stooge,
That's
so
true. That's true. So, but I mean, the goal is to expose a weakness, and certainly both of you know that this kind of thing is not something that they would want to have come to the surface.
okay.
This isn't necessarily something you would want to have common knowledge that your casino is dabbling in the arcane. Um, so I think it potentially does expose some sort of weakness in the
Awesome.
foe.
Yeah. Awesome. That puts us at 3 dice.
Yeah.
Are they particularly well defended against this method?
You are on their home turf.
Yeah.
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 They do clearly have access to enough arcane technology to have set that thing up in the first place.
Yeah.
Somebody does.
Cool. That drops us back down to 2 dice. Do we have any friends or contacts that are helping us with this score?
I would say you might, in the form of the security officer who you've intimidated and kind of freaked out.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
But don't hurt me. Just whatever you want, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. So that puts us at 3.
Mhm.
Are any of our enemies working against us? I feel like it's possible. I don't know. Is Vinny involved in this part of the casino? Is this something he has authority over? If so, I think he would be a factor. If he's not, if this isn't his part of the deal, then I don't think I don't.
Are you? Do you mean Vinny or do you mean the security
I'm sorry,
guy?
Jimmy.
Oh yeah, okay.
Jimmy's
Yeah,
definitely
Vinny, did you talk to Jimmy ahead of time?
You know what? I think if I feel that I got him, sufficiently cowed, I might have mentioned beforehand
Okay.
that I was going to be taking a tour of the place.
Okay.
All right, awesome. So we're up to 3 and back down to 2 again. Okay, cool. I think we're at 2 dice for an engagement then.
All right.
You want to roll it this time?
Sure. I got it. That's a 6.
All right.
Nice. Controlled situation.
Excellent. So yeah, you've both done your due diligence. You had time to set up in the bathroom here. You got to collect yourselves. You're walking in exactly the way you want to look, and have a chance.
Exactly how
Exactly the way that Vinny wants to look.
Stilts, crazy.
Just want the cool montage moment of the bathroom door opening and Tess walks out looking suave in like a tux because she is being a server. And then a moment later, it opens up again, and out comes Vinny in his terrible clown outfit.
Right, and he's got to like duck way down just to get through the doorway because he's like 7 feet tall or like 9 feet tall with the stilts, right? So he's got to like walk up.
Tim Burton fever dream. Just
70s jam music is playing.
His head is brushing against the ceiling as he in the low.
For sure.
Okay.
All right. So as you come out, you can see the casino is definitely open for business tonight. There are people mingling about, playing the machines, playing the tables. There's croupiers around. All of the randomizing is going quite well. Everyone seems to be having a good time. There are some other costumed people moving around tonight, so that worked out well. You fit in pretty well because there seems to be sort of there's kind of like a soiree thing happening here tonight, which I mean that's not completely out of the ordinary. Pretty common to be having not private but sort of organized events happening at the casino. And so yeah, there are people walking around. Someone comes up and asks you if they can get a drink order. Someone kind of, whiskey at the poker table, please.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure.
Yeah, buddy.
Right. I'll be right there.
But apart from that, like people really aren't paying. Some people kind of look up and go, "Whoa, creepy makeup, man." Yeah, dig it. But they're not. It's I don't know. What's it like, Vinny? Like having people look at you and be sort of like, "Hey," and not, "Ugh."
You know what? It's probably like nicer than Vinny would ever admit to be welcome-ish, even if he is still a being gawked at least not gawked at and run from.
For sure. Excellent. So what do you each want to get up to?
Why don't you go first, Ed?
Okay. Well, I don't have any like real ability to track these ley lines, so honestly I feel like my best bet is to it's not just find a person and beat them up for answers, because that's almost never the best plan.
I mean, not saying it isn't.
Is there anyone who looks like they are that they are observing the room, like they might be trying to do a third eye reading, and they aren't necessarily a security guard, just someone who is looking suspicious? Because
You've got quite a
tall. I got a vantage
really
point.
true.
Yeah.
I was gonna have you give me a roll, but let me think about. Let's see. From your vantage point, you're able to kind of.
Oh, that's such a good point. Yeah, you can see over everybody.
You totally can.
I mean, there's got to be pit bosses all over that are watching.
For sure.
That are watching to make sure nobody's cheating. And that's just standard fare.
Yeah, and they are kind of, there's the obvious security, like the big guys with the, that little spiral thing, the little earpiece in and all of that, who are clearly meant to be visibly secure. And then, because you have been involved in the casino business for a little bit, you also kind of know a little bit of what to look for. So I'm going to have you do an observe for me.
Okay.
We're in a bit of a, it's a little chaotic, and the lights are a little bright. You're a bit distracted, but you do have that advantage. I'm going to say it's kind of a wash across. You've got the height, but then you're also closer to the lights, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think
if
you want, because while you've got the height, maybe you don't have quite the mobility. It's a little harder to move between people when you're on stilts. So, if you I think we could sort of, establish the TV show knowing like eyebrow raise, looks, things, where if you sort of like tilt your head one way, Tessa will kind of go over there and look around and then give you the thumbs up or whatnot. So
all right, so you're helping me?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a stress to give you a bonus die as I kind of
it almost sounds like a group action.
Yeah, I think you're right. It is probably a group action. Where we're both doing it.
Because you're kind of coordinating it together. So
yeah,
that'll actually give you a little bit more of an advantage.
Well, not in this case because I'm not. Well, I guess it's the same.
So, within the world, it would give you an advantage. The way that you're going about it, is advantageous. Mechanically, it's sort of. Yeah. I think either way.
Do you want to lead this, or would you like?
Well, my observe is 0. So if you are better than that, you should probably lead. Yeah.
Whoever lead is just the person who's going to take the stress if we fail.
The stress, yeah.
But I'm happy to. That's fine. So my observe is 1. Is there I have a devil's bargain in mind if you're open to it.
Absolutely.
Is that just by being out and about enough, sooner or later, Tessa, she may be able to do this, but she's going to get pulled into like eventually like a supervisor or whatnot. It's going to be like, hey, I need you to do this. And she's going to get pulled away to have to act like a waiter for a little while and won't be there to like help with whatever the outcome of this is. Like
for sure. Yeah. I was actually thinking about starting a progress clock, but I think a devil's bargain is an even better way to go with that.
Cool.
I like that a lot.
So although Tess is very different from Neil in lots of ways, she's also made dark deals. So I have when I take a devil's bargain, get plus 2D.
Excellent. All right.
Because I was like, I want to play a character that's very different than Neil, but I was like, but she's still got the same.
She does still have that origin and everything, yeah.
Yeah, she's still got the same like baggage. So cool. So I'm gonna roll. What's our position and effect for this?
I'm gonna say you're in.
Oh well, we know our position. We know our position.
Yeah, we've still got that from it. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Sorry, I forgot we already stopped.
No, it's fine. I did too. I was like, wait, we already did so we're good.
All right. So I'm gonna roll 3d6.
All right.
Cool. I got a 6.
I'm gonna roll 0d6. I got a 1.
You got a 1. So I take 1 stress for you. Which I think is just in the form of Tess being like every time she looks over at you, she just is like, you're so bloody conspicuous that she's like, oh my God, someone's gonna notice this. Oh my God, this is gonna And it's just, it's just, she thought this was a great idea until there's so many people around, and she just keeps thinking people are looking at her.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I guess someone is, because she's going to get pulled off. But before she does, what do we learn? We got a 6.
All right, for sure. Yeah, you're looking around, and there are a few different people that you think, particularly Vinny notices a few people who seem to be paying attention without looking like they're paying attention, who are moving very deliberately, and in a sort of, a game recognizes game, and the ghoulish are very used to tracking something while kind of seeming harmless, and you're picking up on that from a couple of different people in here. And let's see, I'm going to say that they are, let's say there's about, let's say there's 3 of them, kind of equidistant from each other, sort of spaced out around the periphery of the room, and not really leaving their sort of general third too much. They're smiling and being nice to people, but they're and they always seem like they're moving and just sort of like, oh, excuse me, sorry, but then they kind of turn and they keep kind of doing this sort of thing. And so yeah, it takes you a second, but you definitely notice that. And I'm going to say that because of the devil's bargain, that it does the amount of time that it takes, and a little bit, you're just like, wait, go over there. And so the amount that you're having to move around, Tess, is starting to, a few people are like, wait, that waiter, I thought. And so that's when you do end up catching the eye of somebody. It's like, oh, Miss Sunshine, wait, why are you dressed like... Anyway, it doesn't matter. There's something we'd like to, there's a meeting happening, if you'd like to come and
Okay. And it's
you're here for the shareholders meeting, aren't you?
Yep. I'm here representing the Sunshines. Yep. And it's very possible they got her name wrong, because she is Neil Sunshine's sister, but her name is Rainy Sunrise. But she is not going to correct them.
Not going to correct that one.
So she's like, they all have very, very hippy names. But she's like, oh, yep, that's me. And I think, just to make things real awkward for Vinny, Ed, I think when you're like looking over at one direction, you're checking out one of these people, and Tess has just been giving you kind of the signals, and when you look back, she's just gone. Like she was looking over, like, hey, I'm trying to signal to you, but like, and they call her again, Miss Sunrise, and she's like, still not my name, but okay, gotta go, and this guy's gone.
Nice. I look over, expecting to find you, basically about to say, let's go talk to that one, and no.
Yep.
Cool. Great. Guess I'll go talk to them. That's what I'm good at. Talking to people.
It is not awkward at all when a 9-foot tall clown on stilts comes over and just starts chatting you up. Hey.
So yeah, I am going to stilt over to the nearest of these suspicious parties and kind of, I guess, kneel down or sort of do kind of a pop a squat, I guess, to get my head relatively near theirs.
I mean, I think with his bendy, I've watched kids on stilts, and they can do a lot of different things. And as bendy as Vinny is,
that's true with those rubbery bones of yours.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. I mean, I bet you could do even some wild contortions where you like bend your body up around and between your legs.
Absolutely.
Roll around and come out in front of the stilts.
Oh, geez.
All serpentine like. I mean, people not normal. People who are incredibly talented and person can do stuff like that. So I bet, yeah, you could.
I definitely don't go that grandiose, though. I just squat.
Or that.
That. Hey, you want me to make you a balloon animal?
Oh, my goodness, what a interesting performance you're putting on. No, I'm doing fine, thank you. No, I'm just here for the party, having a good time. Are you having a good evening? They they're clearly like the smooth facade is really really strained right now. They're trying to still play it just like, oh, absolutely, but you can see and in fact you can smell the fear coming off
Ooh,
of
excellent.
the tasty human.
Oh, that tastes like.
So you aren't gambling, you aren't drinking, you aren't really partying. You're just kind of watching the room, and I find that weird.
um, I don't know what you're talking about. I've been socializing and I don't drink. I didn't realize that it was against the law not to gamble.
Listen, Mac, what's your name?
Excuse me, who are you?
My name's Fun Vinny the Clown. Fun Vinny. That's my clown name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to have a friendly conversation here.
Uh-huh.
And, this is, you're weird, okay? Let me just put it this way. You're a
Well,
weird...
I love Vinny saying this.
Ghastly, wrinkled face,
right?
huge eyes behind
You're
tiny
weird,
sunglasses,
okay?
red splashed. You are out of place, buddy. And what I want you to do is tell me what the actual hell you're doing here, you and your friends. I've been keeping an eye on you.
What? You've been watching me?
Yeah, I have been watching you because this is a weird place and you're a weird person in a weird place. So do me a favor, cut the crap, and tell me what it is you are doing here at my casino.
Your casino? I don't know. They are turning around and moving away from you.
Well,
pretty much
I
as
am
quickly as they
I
can.
am demanding swift obedience.
All right, so you're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna resist that. All right,
Please,
sounds
please
good.
tell me that you just take one big long stilt step and cut them off. Like they turn to walk away, and you just like
I
step over and just get in front
Like,
of them.
excuse me.
I do
Okay,
make
let's
one
let's
big
find out.
long
Yeah.
stilt step. Yeah, so I'd like to command them basically to
Okay.
tell me what they are doing here. I'm not great at commanding, but what's the
Yeah,
worst that could happen?
I
Mhm.
What
mean,
is the
I
worst
can
of
think of lots of terrible things that could happen, but
what's my position and effect here? Just a weird clown yelling at a person.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's not great.
Okay.
Um, I think because you're kind of escalating against her, that your position is going to be risky.
Okay. That's fair.
But I think your effect might be great because you are, well, you're you.
And is there a chance that there is a devil's bargain in the fact that I am definitely acting in a way that is going to attract attention?
Let's see. So you want to you when you are commanding her, what is it you're commanding her to do? Just answer your questions. Stay
Yeah,
here.
tell
Tell me
me
what you're doing in
what
my
she
casino.
is doing here.
Okay. Um,
it seems to me like you'd get the attention of her two friends.
that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking too.
I
That
mean, like
that even if you succeed, the other two are definitely going to notice that this is happening.
Okay. I will happily accept that bargain. Uh, in which case, let's see how this goes.
All right.
Hey, I got a 6.
Hey, it's definitely happening.
Yes.
Absolutely. You do. You take one long step over her. A striped long leg comes down right in front of her, quickly followed by the rest of you. God, I'm picturing like that Kamaji from Spirited Away. You know, the Spider Man. Like, and he's like, "Excuse me, I was talking to you." Which what?
I'm also feeling the vibe of like the Ghostbusters, the Stilt Man and the Ghostbusters.
Oh,
Like,
Oh yeah.
like just like you look ghostly. because of your just natural demeanor.
Yeah, and you've got the clown white over pallid skin, and just this is very weird. Yeah, so you step in front of her. The other two have definitely noticed, and they are no longer they are not smiling as much, but they are not moving either. But they are definitely watching. And you perceive that she has sort of given a little like, no, I'm all right. Like they're not moving because she has given a little gesture.
All right.
And so yeah, she is going to look at you, and she seems to sort of not grow exactly, but sort of there's something kind of, and you see a very faint kind of almost like a crackle of electricity across her eyes. And she just sort of tilts her head to the side a little bit and says, all right, I didn't want to do this just yet, but I suppose. And there's no reason that Vinny would necessarily recognize her, but Sandra Duke decides to go ahead and start the party a little early. And so she begins sort of moving her hands, and now you can see them. The things that Tess was describing to you, threads of fate, you can now see them. She is playing cat's cradle with what looks like a thread of electricity, and has started sort of creating a cat's cradle. And she's just sort of watching you as she starts to weave her fingers together.
What are you doing there?
Well, you asked me what I was doing in your casino.
Yeah, you're making a crazy thread. What is this? What is this for? What are you? Is this some sort of magic?
Well, if this is your casino, then of course you know what I'm doing. You commissioned us.
I mean, it's my casino in like a moral sense because I deserve it and I'm going to take it. And I want to know what did they commission you for?
Oh, this isn't your casino at all, is it? What are you?
I am the guy who is going to put a world of hurt on you and your friends if you don't tell me what this bullshit is.
Where is your friend Jimmy? Is he still here?
You know, Jimmy Fassetti. Yeah, he's a rat in the fink. He's still here somewhere.
She starts to look around. You may have noticed that the other two are sort of, they have their hands sort of down by their sides. They kind of, but they seem to be doing something as well. There seems to be something happening sort of around the corners. And you've also noticed that a few of the members of the casino, the staff, have started to sort of, all right, well, thank you everyone so much. We have a private event coming up, so why don't we go ahead, and they are starting to move people out of the room.
All right. Yeah, this is freaking me out. I just sort of shout, Tess.
All right, so we're going to pause there and jump over to Tess.
Yeah.
So Tess, you've been whisked off to what you were told was a shareholders meeting that's taking place in the security room.
Oh, nice.
Which you haven't seen, but our our faithful viewers may recognize from last episode. It is it's kind of Jimmy's headquarters. And so they've brought you back, and the supervisor here who recognized you, as soon as he's kind of, he's all smiles, and then as soon as you get in the room, why are you here tonight? You shouldn't be here tonight.
What is his demeanor? From your expression, it seems like he's being like concerned.
He seems concerned about you. Yeah, he seems worried for you.
So Tess looks and she's like, what, why shouldn't I? She's playing dumb a little bit, but she also is like, the idea that there's anyone who would even like, she thought he was going to turn on her, and she was like getting ready to like fight or something, even though she doesn't know how to. And
right.
She's like, why shouldn't I be here? What's going on?
There's a private event here tonight, Tess. This is not a good place for you to be right now. there's a contract going on, and I don't, Jimmy, what can, and Jimmy is also in the room here. Have you met Jimmy yet, Tess? This is GM asking you. Sorry.
No. Tess definitely has not met Jimmy.
Yeah, but you've heard about him. You know about the rat.
I've only heard what Vinny told me about him.
So. Nothing reports nice about this guy, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's just as great as he sounded. You know, he definitely, he seems very on edge tonight. And he turns around and Jimmy, Miss Sunrise is going to need assistant out. And as soon as he hears that name, he turns around. What? Who are you?
Well, it's actually Sunshine. No, Sunrise is right. He got it right this time. I'm like, yep, I'm.
Yeah, he would have known your name. He didn't get it wrong last time. I did. So.
Oh. Okay. Hi there. Oh, I've heard of you. What's his full name? Jimmy.
Versetti.
Mr. Versetti. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Have we met before?
No, I don't think we've had the pleasure. And she sort of bites her lip for a second. She goes, Rainy Sunrise. And she puts out her hand to shake his.
Yeah. I knew another son something. Neil?
Now Neil and Tess look very different. They do not look like they would be biologically related.
Right. Yeah, so he's not necessarily assuming yeah.
Yeah, so she says, "Yep, my brother Neil."
All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't fill you in about all of this?
No, I think Neil went on vacation.
That would explain some things. Yeah, he left some things real unfinished around here. This is not a good time for you to be here. There's a lot of stuff that he really, boy, he sure left me in the lurch, I can tell you that.
He does that. Yep. That's sort of his MO. Anything
we gotta get you out of here. This is not a place for you right now.
I may be putting my nose where it doesn't belong. In fact, I'm definitely putting my nose where it doesn't belong. But since our families are in business together, if my brother put you in a bad situation, it would probably behoove everyone if I tried to help out in righting that wrong, because he tends to kind of overdo things sometimes. A little. Just a little.
Because I really want to get you. Go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
No. So, I was gonna say Tessa's lying through her teeth right now, right? Like she.
Oh, for sure.
There's a kernel of truth here in that she does want to figure out a way to get she'd much rather have a peaceful way of the families, the mob family and the commune sorting things out. But she's, from everything she's heard from Vinny, like she assumes that Jimmy is the slime of the earth. So she's not assuming he would ever be an ally, but
yeah,
who knows?
Let's see.
I think I'm going to try. I was going to say,
because I really want to get you into the action again, and I see that we've got just a little bit of time.
Oh yeah.
I do have kind of an idea for a climax. So
cool.
I'm going to say, you are definitely able, with a little bit of time and finesse. Tess is, you're really the practice of persuading people has served you well here. And so you have been able to leverage against, what you know about him, the power that you have as a member of the family and holding control. So you are able to convince him that, maybe you should be let in on this. And so he begrudgingly agrees, since you're here and since probably putting you back outside would put him in even more immediate danger. He's not looking to stick his neck out very far. And so he eventually says, all right, look, I did not tell you this, and you really shouldn't be here. But look, if you just come with me now, let your friend know that you're leaving. I'll escort you past him. You can stay. I'll show you what's going on, because it is weird. All right. And I don't know if I want to be part of this anymore. So I'm in so far by now. Let's just do this. All right. Look, we've got, I don't even know. Now we've got some sort of weird drugged up author in here. There's all sorts of weird stuff going on in this building tonight, man.
He's a
There's
weird drugged up
people
author.
playing with. There's some guy. He came in from out of town. I don't even know what his deal is. He walks around with this like cigarette and these big aviators. I don't even know. He's causing all kinds of problems here, and they've just been waiting on him hand and foot. These new people, but heck if I know. He's the center of attention. I guess it's a book signing or something. But look,
Yeah, that's how book signings normally go.
but there's something weird going on with it, man. Because there's like I've seen some weird shit. All right, like weirder than Vinny shit, you know. Anyway, come on. And so he's going to take you with him. All right, so we're going to jump back over to Vinny, and so Vinny, you've got standing in front of you is a woman who is increasingly looking well, not fully human, that's for sure. She's got she seems to be the cat's cradle that she's playing with is starting to glow more strongly, and the other two are starting to close in a little bit, and everybody else has been pretty much cleared out except for some other people who seem to know kind of what's going on.
Okay, I'm in a real bad situation, so I'm going to react the way I know how.
No.
Yeah, I didn't actually mention what my loadout was before we started, which was my mistake, but I got medium load.
Oh, for sure. How much load did you take? Okay, medium load, that's cool.
And I'm going to use some of that to pull a crowbar out from deep within my clown suit.
I mean, it's right alongside the stilt, right?
Yeah. And then I'm going to hit this woman with it as hard as I can while she is looking at this cat's cradle in her hand.
Wow, okay. All right. Yeah, for sure.
Feel if she is
that one out.
distracted enough that might fall under exploit. I'm exploiting her distraction.
Right. Let's see. She's weaving it, but she is still looking at you.
Okay.
She's able to kind of do both, so she's not fully distracted by it. But I think you could probably. Let's see. I think you could still argue exploit because there's a difference in your sizes. You've got the advantage of you're high up. You've got both hands free. She's kind of busy. So I'll let you have an exploit roll for that. Yeah.
Excellent. Because I want this to go well, and because drive your characters like stolen cars, I'm not worried about overstressing myself. I am going to push myself on this one.
Sounds like a good plan.
All right.
To take me up to 3 dice. Oh, that's 2 sixes.
Oh my goodness.
That is a critical success.
Okay. So, yeah, you absolutely take her. She is lifted and moved by this strike, pretty significantly. When the crowbar connects with her, it almost seems to she sort of bounces as if like you hit something maybe kind of very close around her, that she's got something going on. You kind of you felt sort of like a boing kind of thing off of it, but she definitely, it knocks her back considerably, and she's not happy about it, that's for sure. I'm gonna say because it's a critical success, it does interrupt her thread weaving, and she's real angry. She doesn't like that at all, and so she's going to then sort of beckon in, and the other two that you recognized, along with a few other people that you're pretty sure you looked at them and they were much more convincingly blended in,
no.
have all now stepped forward, and they have stepped in to some positions around the edge of the room. This is about the time where I'm going to say, Tess, you and Jimmy have arrived at the periphery of this, and so you are seeing all of this for the first time.
Nice.
And so, yeah.
When this crowbar made contact, and I assume a crowbar is not a pleasant thing to have impacted on you in the best of days.
Mm-hmm.
When it did its thing, how physically injured was she? I mean, I know it sort of disturbed the spell, but is she horribly, brutally injured, or did she seem to like?
She really doesn't look as beaten up as you would expect
Okay, yeah,
for an average human who just got blown
smacked by
back.
a 9 foot tall clown.
Probably, yes, 9 foot tall clown with a crowbar. She does seem mad and distracted, and she dropped her thread, but no, she doesn't seem particularly physically affected by it personally.
Right.
I'm brandishing this crowbar again, and I'm telling her to stop it. Stop this.
So as you come in, Jimmy sort of tugs on your sleeve, Tess, and says, "Oh, he really shouldn't be messing with her. That's not good. That's right there. That's Mrs. Duke. She's the one who we contracted with for this, whatever it is that they're doing in here. She's some kind of witch or something, man. I don't know what her deal is. You should not be smacking her around with a crowbar. I gotta get out of here." And he turns and bolts.
Nice.
If nobody does anything to resist it, he bolts out of this room.
I think that's probably a good, unless you had another specific thing you wanted to leave for the climax and go like, that's a good cut right there. It's just like,
no, that seems like a very good place to. Yeah, he's out.
Nice. We can pick up on that next time. Awesome. Yeah.
Perfect.
No, Tessa is not going to stop him. She's staring at this kind of like, oh shit.
Right. All right.
Awesome. Should we do XPs and then roll out?
For sure. That sounds great. Yeah, XP for everybody.
Yeah.
Yay.
Let's see. What are the Ed, do you have the XP triggers on the
Oh yes, those are on the
those
slightly more recent version of this character sheet.
Nice. Can you send one over to me?
I can certainly try. If you'll bear with Google Drive being slow to load.
Yeah, we've got some good XP triggers for everybody. Let's see.
Taking its time. There we go.
All right, so let's see. We had for the cultist, you've got some desperate action XP. Did you roll any desperate actions tonight?
Did not. No.
Here we go. Let me just.
You can share them with me, or if you want to just read on one.
Yeah, I was trying to read it, but flipping Google Drive is.
I've got it pulled up, so I can read out the cultist one for you. So go ahead and mark 1 XP in your playbook or an attribute, or 2 if it occurred multiple times.
Cool.
If you addressed a challenge in accordance with your abyssal nature, wild, dangerous, self-destructive. Wild. I'm going to say definitely 1 for that ritual.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was playing off of that.
Yeah.
Cool. I think other than that, no. What were the 3 descriptors though? Wild,
dangerous, self-destructive.
Yeah. Self-destructive fits in to that. Otherwise,
I would argue that this whole mission here of like busting into the casino and like, I'm going to go and find out what's going on with mystical power I don't understand.
That's true. Yeah.
It's pretty wild and dangerous. And it's not self-destructive. It's at least kind of, it's sort of
yourself at risk. Yeah.
Devil may care kind of thing. Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
Expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I definitely think there's 2 XP in that for you.
Yeah, I feel like this was a lot of what we were doing at the beginning of this game, which is sort of our characters as they got to know each other also expressing that. So I will gladly take that.
And then struggled with issues from your traumas, vice, or abyssal consequences. Didn't really come up.
No, I think as a cultist, I just have my vice is already determined, right? My vice
Right.
is reckless self-endangerment.
Mm-hmm.
Ill-advised stunts, bar fights. Oh man, Neil was perfect at this. He was real good at indulging this vice. Consorting with monsters deadlier than those on your crew. I didn't. Look, I think Vinny did.
I think Vinny might have.
Yeah. So and my abyssal trigger is the voice of your god echoes in the back of your head. Close your eyes, let it speak to you, let it come forth. No, I definitely. Well, it would be double dipping, I think, to say I did it because that was really when I called on my abyssal powers. So yeah, no, I think 4 XP is right. Is
all right. And then I'm going to say go ahead and mark some faction XP because you definitely worked for the benefit or detriment of your faction. It's not entirely clear which yet, but I think you definitely took some actions that are going to have faction-based ramifications.
Cool.
All right.
All right, and I have similar XP triggers, except did I address a challenge in accordance with my abyssal nature, which is hidden, cowardly, and subtle. I wasn't as hidden as I might normally have been.
Well, yeah, but you dressed up as a clown and snuck in through the bathroom window.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all about you hiding.
That sort of hiding thing, and
all right,
yeah,
I'll take that. I'd also be willing to call hitting someone with a crowbar, if not the most obviously cowardly move in the world, definitely not the bravest.
right.
I would call that a cowardly response.
Yeah, I think that was pretty. Violence,
especially because you kind of sucker punched her, right? It wasn't like I'm gonna hit you. It's like, hey, and then suddenly you whip out this crowbar.
Did I express my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? My drives take over this casino, and I feel like I expressed the heck out of that.
For that. I feel like that, again, this is a real exposition-heavy game.
And did I struggle with issues from my traumas, vice, or abyssal consequences? Not so much. I mean, I did avoid the light, but I wouldn't say I necessarily struggled with that, so I'm not going to give myself one for that.
All right.
Nor did I particularly interface with my faction,
I don't
except
think
having
you
one
lost
little
them a
feeding
meal.
frenzy.
That was about it.
Yeah.
So.
Excellent. All right. And let's see. I'm going to say I'll figure out the amounts and I'll let you know next time, but I am going to say that you did generate a bit of surface heat and you generated quite a bit of shadow heat tonight.
Cool.
So, in Blades, there's just heat in general. In Abyssal, you can get in trouble with 2 different worlds. Nice. So there's the human world, which is the surface, and so there is surface heat, which is resolved in certain ways and has certain effects. And then there's the Abyssal world, and so there's shadow heat. And so you kind of pissed off some humans, and you really pissed off some Abyssals tonight.
Hooray!
So there'll be a bit of heat to add some spiciness next time.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and I'll just kind of calculate that out, and I'll let you all know.
Cool.
All right, how's chat looking?
I think chat is chat's still hanging out with us, but I think but no one has alerted me to anything we've missed. So
all right, excellent.
Cool. Well, I think with that we're gonna sign off. Ash, you wanna lead us out?
Sure. Thank you all so much. This has been super fun yet again. Thank you to my players and to our viewers. My name is Ash Cheshire. I've got a couple of links for you. I've got an itch.io and a Patreon. And then I also want to put up a link to Amber Autumn's Twitch, because on Saturday, I'm going to be doing the first live stream of another game of mine called Weasels Are Illegal. So if you're up for watching a kind of gonzo bonkers game about a group of weasels rolling around in a trench coat pretending to be a human.
Because weasels are illegal.
Because weasels are illegal. How about you, Ed?
Hi, I've been Ed Turner. I'm not actually a horrible sewer monster. I'm just a dude who makes games, and you can find my website at edlyt.com. EDDLYT.com.
Nice. I'm Sean Nittner, at Sean Nittner pretty much everywhere. You can find me back here shortly. Let's see, what are we streaming next? Too many different things. So many good different things. I think the next time I'll be on is actually next week, and it won't be here. It'll be on the Roll20 channel. That's cool.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, we'll be playing For the Queen on Roll20 next
Right.
Tuesday.
Ooh.
And it's the same time we're playing the game is also when the pre-order will go live on the Evil Hat site, and
Oh,
the
how cool.
Roll20 Marketplace game will go live. So it's all going to be available on that broadcast. So
Yay.
exciting stuff.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. So as always, this was wonderful. I also feel way better about playing Tessa. I like her as a character, and
Yeah.
and we were saying this offline, but Neil has actually served as a really good character in absentia. Like he's done enough that we can blame things on him and assume that Neil has sort of put things into motion that have actually helped us progress the story in a fun way. So yeah, good all around. I'm excited. So thanks again, Ash and Ed, for making this
Yes,
cool
thank
game.
you both.
Thank you.
All right. See you all in the later.
All right.